Well, our first guest this week is joining us direct from Salt Lake City, Utah. Mr. Rod Smith is the CEO of a company called the Green Polka Dot Box Incorporated. Their stock symbol's GPDB. Rod, welcome to the program.
Don, nice to be here with you today.
Well, we are indeed glad to have you with us. Now, the Green Polka Dot Box describes itself as America's #1 buying collective for organic and non-GMO natural foods at wholesale prices. Can you give us a general overview of the company, please?
We are in the business of distributing organic and non-GMO foods to consumers all over America, to every zip code. The term buying collective means that we are accumulating millions of consumers and combining their purchasing power to get great bargaining power with clean food vendors. So we do that job of aggregating all those clean foods from the hundreds of top quality vendors in the United States, using the strength of our buying collective to negotiate great pricing and then pass those savings on to consumers.
Well, Rod, organic and non-GMO, that's a lifestyle that's really sweeping the country, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I'm actually coining a new phrase. I'm calling those clean foods. Clean foods are free of any herbicides, pesticides, synthetics, toxins, genetically modified organisms, of course, or what we call GMO. It's an easier and more simple definition to call those foods clean rather than, or in contrast to, contaminated foods that contain any kind of a variety of contaminants.
Well, at your website, greenpolkadotbox.com, the company makes available online stores that you call health merchants. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, you know, Don, it's taken us many years and many millions of dollars, not to mention the time and effort that it's taken to negotiate directly with vendors and all the infrastructure that we've developed. For anybody that has an influence over a customer group, it would take them years and maybe $4 to $5 million to build a similar store. So what we do is we offer those influencers, and when I say influencer, I'm talking about an entity, a business, an individual that has a large customer group, from hundreds to thousands. We look for those types of influencers that have a relationship of trust with their own customers or clients, or let's just call them constituents. And we since partner with them by offering them a non-stocking distributorship, their own storefront, to be able to offer all of the nation's top clean food brands at the lowest prices guaranteed directly to their own constituents. So they have the advantage of instantly being in business with a multi-million-dollar operation backed by Green Polka Dot Box that handles all of the logistics, all the infrastructure, customer service, merchant account processing, pick and pack operations. We even do the marketing for them. So it's the proverbial turnkey business solution for businesses or individuals that have great influence in the market. We're in effect partnering with them to allow them to go out and monetize their customer base by offering them clean foods at the lowest prices guaranteed.
Well, Rod, you've been quoted as saying you believe a health merchant online store will eclipse the value of a McDonald's franchise. Can you explain that?
Well, a McDonald's franchise today, could cost you as much as $6 million to develop and generate about $500,000 in income as you go. While a health merchant store with, well, let's take 10,000 customers at a typical health merchant location that shop $200 a month. We're looking at $2 million in revenue on a monthly basis, or about $200,000 in profit. Times 12 months is $2.4 million in income. That's a lot more income than a typical McDonald's franchise can generate, and it only costs $4,997 to become a health merchant.
Are there still health merchant stores available?
We do have a limited number available. We'll probably continue to sell them for the next few months. Already we have 233 health merchants reaching over 7 million customers in our buying collective today.
Well, Rod, can you tell us about your vision for the short and long-term future of both the company and the industry space?
Well, short term, Don, we see the addition of 2,000 more health merchants in our network by the end of 2015. And over the next 18 to 24 months, we want to average a minimum of 2,000 customers per health merchant spending $200 a month. So if you do the math, that's about $80 million a month in sales, or approaching $1 billion in annual sales revenue. That's our short-term goal. Long-term, we plan to get more and more vertically integrated into some of the essential food areas, driving prices down from traditionally high organic non-GMO prices down to low pricing that would be equal to or better than conventional contaminated foods. So I think the tipping point for us is somewhere between that $500 million and $1 billion in annual revenue. That'll give us a valuation that's high enough to raise the kind of capital we need to really become vertically integrated in areas of produce, nuts and seeds, other agricultural crops, citrus crops, stone fruit, root crops like carrots and potatoes, and also to get into grains as well. So I think our long-term strategy is to become a total solution from seed to table, where we're completely vertically integrated, collapsing all the middle cost of distribution, driving prices lower and lower with our buying collective of millions of consumers. I believe it's possible that one day we'll have somewhere between 15 to 20,000 health merchants or company stores or university marketplaces that reach 65 million consumers. That's about the size of the adult population in the United States that are really interested in being health-minded. We think we can have a profound impact on the market. We offer a more efficient distribution system. We're going to be combining with our distribution an extraordinary amount of education that teaches consumers the links between diet and disease. So to answer your question, I believe we're going to be the market leader in low-cost distribution of clean foods to every zip code in America.
The green polka dot box incorporated GPDB is their stock symbol. Rod, why is this a good time right now for people to take a closer look at your company?
Because in the next 12 months, our stock price could increase by 150 times. That's why. We have a proven business model. We're very, very close to launching our health merchant program nationally. We're gonna see a potential increase in business. When I'm talking about business, I mean revenue of 500 times our current levels just within the next 6 months. So now's the time to buy.
The green polka dot box, GPDB is their stock symbol. Rod, fascinating interview. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Don. It's a pleasure.